Hello and welcome to The Quest for the Good Life with Dr. Mike Strouse. This is episode 5, and I gotta say that our viewership is growing. We've got a lot of interest after last episode, and people are basically asking the same question. Can we let them in and take them on a tour of one of our iLink homes?
Yeah, well, in last episode we went about our history and in sort of the overview of iLink. We're going to go on a kind of a bit of a walking tour and look at iLink in-home installation, a smart home installation, both from the eyes of our customer and from ours, to show you kind of both sides of that installation and how it works. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Let's get going. What you're going to notice about iLink in-home installations is everything that we do and how we've installed it is designed to make things that are generally complex, simple, and accessible for the customer. So what good is home automation or safety technologies if they don't work beautifully for the customer and they're not seamlessly integrated and simple? Let's take a little bit of a walking tour, through it. In-home support, has a number of characteristics, but now everything is completely, utterly wireless, and everything that we have can be put in a home in 2 or 3 hours without disturbing anything behind a wall. It just needs to have, broadband connections, and from that point forward, we can make it happen. So the first thing that we have is this base unit that includes 360-degree camera that sees in every direction. It has an intercom and is all designed so that it's really simple. So the one basic behavior I can say that anybody needs to live in an iLink home, no matter how complicated the technologies are, is can you take this finger and can you press that button? Everything else can be done by somebody else. But we want to have the self-direction, meaning we want person to feel empowered to get help. And the best thing to do is to press a button where they get immediate feedback of ringing, because that lets them know help is coming. But that's a critical point, because it's kind of like calling that operator and say, hey, I need something, and then them doing all the things in the background to make it possible. It could be a variety of things, but that's going to be decided by a human talking to a human.
Hi, how you doing? Good. How's your day going?
We, as humans, have eyesight, we have hearing, we have feelings with our fingers. So we have we have 5 senses, right? Job of iLink is to give the people who help people 5 senses, to give them as many senses as we possibly can in order to be of functional help, other than just simply sending somebody. Sending somebody is great, but people would like even more independence than that. Mm-hmm. So if we could help somebody remotely, then we're going to save them money. We're not going to be near as intrusive. And we're teaching them to be more independent, because that's something less intrusive than physical presence of somebody in their home. So we have the ability not only to have these units in place, but a mobile or a portable little box that has an intercom and a button so that they can place that wherever they want. Sometimes you don't know where you want an intercom. It changes, right? You may be not feeling well, and so you want one right by your bed. So you can have these in different parts of the house. And so that's really all about, feeling secure and communication. So other kinds of in-home things that you'll see is combination of safety, support, and the ability to remotely give them more help. We call it different kind of support systems. So you're going to see, how do we do kitchen support? How do we make sure bathrooms are safe and support people in the bathroom? how do we look at bedroom safety? And there are also some general things for security and for safety that we do in the design, but it's very functional in our installation. Some people need help cooking, or maybe people fear they might leave the stove on, or other kinds of things. So we have a kind of a kitchen support module that might have a camera. It could be that it's a series of sensors. It's logic program built in our software that says, wait a second, I think maybe they forgot to turn the stove off. Well, it sends signals and alerts to us under rules, if you will, that you help set up. At some point in time, you're going to want to know that you want to check in with you and say, hey, should that stove be on? If we did, we want the ability even to turn it off. And of course, we have those capabilities too, remotely. We have other kinds of sensors. Let's say a bedroom support system where we might put sensors on each side of the bedroom threshold, the door threshold. So we would know, if you wanted us to, without seeing or without looking, if somebody went in the bedroom or went out of the bedroom. So when you have a bathroom support system, we even have a sensor that's in the shower potentially for people that would tell us, well, wait a second, the shower's on. It's been on for how long? When is it too long? And what time is it going on? And is that not an appropriate time for a shower that we should maybe want to check in? Let's say at night you get up and you leave your bedroom, you go to the bathroom, 15, 20 minutes, you're in the bathroom. At some point in time, you probably want us to check in on you, right? Person left the bedroom, they go to the bathroom, and then they come back to the bedroom within 15 minutes. That's not a problem. So we don't need to intervene in somebody's life. But then all of a sudden, let's say that somebody got up and went to the bathroom and they didn't come out, and it was past 15 or 20 minutes, and a time where they felt uncomfortable. At that point in time, it's like, well, they're telling us by their rules, they want us to check in. And so over the intercom, we just pop in and say, Mr. Smith, are you okay? And of course, we don't hear anything, then we can deploy somebody, to the home because it's a neighborhood and we have supports that can be there within just a few minutes. These are the kinds of things that technology can tell you. Truly, what I just described to you could not be accomplished when you have staffed arrangements. When you have a staffed arrangement, you have somebody many times that you don't even know or know very little about in your home, waiting just in case, involved in your life, intruding, fighting over the TV remote, or they just make you uncomfortable. With what I described, not only can you decide what support you need, but you can decide under what conditions you want it. And that's really about as private as you can get. I mean, what you're saying is, look, I want you to filter out all these intrusions in my life, except for the following. And you describe what they are. With all those rules being set up, we filtered out all the other things. So you're only being, somebody's only coming in to help you when you need it. They're not coming in just to be there just because. All of these are rules that we want to find out, because the goal of providing support and privacy is to have the person who's getting the help, or the family, or the guardian, if that's the case, tell us the conditions that really are important to them, and then we dial that in. So iLink Assist is our cloud-based software that we have literally put, years and years of development. And iLink Assist does two major things. It glues all of the technology together and basically adds logic to it. Sensors and technology in the home, sensors kind of go off like popcorn. You walk around in motion and in sound and all these things that by themselves, it doesn't make any sense.
When the first smoke detector was invented, the first carbon dioxide detector, those were basically sensors. They were providing alerts for pressure points.
To the homeowner.
Yeah, to the homeowner.
They know what to do.
Yeah, but we've expanded those sensors to include all the pressure points and all the vulnerabilities of a home that can cause a lot of damage. What you described about the shower is something I didn't even know. That's extremely important and non-invasive. This is not cameras in your shower or bedroom. These are sensors that alert you of trouble. And it's incredibly important and potentially life-saving. So this is huge.
Well, and one of the reasons why people aren't independent anymore is because they no longer can remember to take their meds, or they don't do it correctly. And of course, we can always deploy somebody to help pass their meds if that's where they are in their needs, right?
Yeah.
But some people aren't there yet. They're not at that point where we just show up at 8:00 and help them with their med passing.
Yeah.
They're able to do it, but will they remember? Do they need kind of a remote coach to do that? So we have a beautiful sort of a lockable med box that with a camera so that we can remotely unlock it. And then we coach them through the process of taking their meds. And that is very useful for somebody, and it's not as intrusive as being there. So that's another kind of in-home thing that we have. And I'm kind of going to end the in-home thing by talking about my favorite things, and that's our NFC card, NFC technology. And all it requires is a phone. The phone has to be, open or unlocked and not just in sleep mode.
Yeah.
We don't want to use an app. All they have to do is open it up and tap an NFC card. They just tap it. One behavior. It's just like the button. And so they tap that card. It's called a FYI card, for your information. And the idea behind the FYI card is to give them exactly what they need, when they need it, and where they need it. For example, the cool thing about the NFC card is you tap it on that particular card, it then goes to a particular, website of our own proprietary nature, and it gives them the information they need in either text, audio, or a video without them doing anything else. So it could be how to make oatmeal, and you do it, and it goes to a video of how to make oatmeal. It could be, phone numbers, and it goes to a text of phone numbers that are important numbers. It could be allergy, and you do that. And the cool thing about it, Evo, is that let's say that you go to the doctor and there's another allergy added. Well, this is all a web-based program, so that our heavy lifters in the background, or the nurse, puts in the new information, and it's already on the card. It's already fixed at the card. So yesterday it was only peanut allergy. Today it's mold. So it can be changed organically, just like that. That's called For Your Information. And then another version of that is a card that we call an automate card. And again, this is like so new. This is just some of our newest work. What that does is it controls home automations. So let me give an example. Let's say that there was an automate card that said, good night. Well, this automate card, let's put it on the dresser or on the bedside table by their bed. They take their phone at night when they're ready to go to bed and they tap it. It might lock the front door, turn the lights down to a certain level, make sure the stove is off, and then alert iLink that they're going to bed so that we can begin, our bedtime monitoring routine, all by doing one thing. And, the thing is, the automate cards and the FYI cards are all designed to do very complicated things simply by only one tap. From the customer's perspective, it's one thing. This isn't like an app that every time they have to figure out how to do something, all that heavy lifting has been done in the background. All that we have to do is tap it. And if they can take their phone and tap it, then they can do home automations. And these cards can be put wherever they're needed.
Frankly, it's overwhelming how amazing this technology is. We might not have flying cars yet, but that doesn't mean we don't have a lot of the things that we first saw on the Jetsons.
No.
It's quite amazing that you are able to use your phone and tap a card, just tap it, and get, again, life-saving information about allergies or about the telephone number of your primary care physician that you can just touch and it's going to call your primary care physician. It's absolutely instrumental.
And just the comfort of knowing that Mary's helping you today and that's your friend Mary, and you feel really comfortable, and you might even want to give her a call just to say hi.
Yes. And all of this, this incredible technological scaffolding that we have built to support our models, to support our services, it generates tons of information that flows into a kind of a mission control center that I'm sure you want to explain.
Yeah, and so the homework efforts, the smart home things, is collecting all kinds of information, making things simple for the customer that we have, but none of that would matter. I mean, the whole purpose of iLink is to connect neighborhood professionals and remote professionals to a home to provide support at the moment of need. Remember, we really use technology to amplify humanity, to make the human connection more effective.
Dr. Strouse, thank you so much for this comprehensive and frankly fascinating tour of the technology and of an iLink home. And we are all looking forward to episode 6.
You're welcome, and let's see you next time.